A significant approach to reflective practice is action research. Action research for the reflective practitioner is about investigating own practice. And there are particular characteristics of action research for the reflective practitioner. First of all, and perhaps most importantly, action research investigates real problems, practical questions that the reflective practitioner is facing in their teaching. It also is very participatory in nature. The reflective practitioner works with colleagues, students, in order to collect data and to reflect. And finally, its strength, its validity is made even more powerful through examination and reflection with others. And in this regard, there are certain things, certain objects that the reflective practitioner can reflect upon. Perhaps most usefully, the reflective practitioner can look at patterns of behaviour, the way things work in a school or in the classroom. There is also the opportunity for the reflective practitioner to look at what is motivating particular actions in the classroom or in the school environment for students or for colleagues. And also it's about understanding and sharing interpretations of the way things are occurring. And also there is the idea that action research has a very particular goal for the reflective practitioner. It's focused on an interest which is investigated and leads to certain outcomes. And in this regard, we can look at certain aspects of action research. And we can see that for the reflective practitioner, action research comprises of two potential strands. One strand is very practical applications, studying our own teaching and focusing on development and student learning is an area where the reflective practitioner can focus their action research. It's also about implementing particular actions in the classroom and reflecting on the outcomes of those actions. From the practical point of view, action research sees the reflective practitioner as a teacher as researcher and does not draw a distinction between the role of teaching and the role of researching. Action research also has a participatory strand, and this is an understanding that reflective practice and action research to support reflective practice is collaborative, and more than just being collaborative, it is equal between participants in the process. It's about studying activities and issues for individuals and focusing on the process of change that people are going through. And in this sense, the reflective practitioner can be seen as an emancipated practitioner, somebody who is moving forward and changing. And in this regard, action research has a very simple formula. It's about interacting with the environment, and therefore it's about looking at what is occurring, looking at patterns of behaviour, and reflecting, thinking about those, and then using that investigation, the looking and the thinking, in order to develop some action. And what we can see from this is that action research for the reflective practitioner starts to build into a cycle of activity. The action researcher, the reflective practitioner, is identifying an area of interest, something which is an important focus. And from this is developing an action plan and collecting data to support the investigation of that focus. And from the data there, of course, is analysis and interpretation of that data, which can lead back into further action planning and can refocus the area of interest for the teacher. So we can see that action research for the reflective practitioner follows a cycle of investigation, and we can represent the cycle through a number of diagrams. Usually, when we talk about action research, we think about a spiral of activity, because we have to remember that investigating the practices in the classroom is part of an iterative process. We're looking, thinking and acting, looking, thinking and acting. So we can see that action research can be quite powerful for the reflective practitioner because of the cyclical nature and because of the iterative process that the reflective practitioner is engaging with.